Oh my goodness, this nigga's still talking.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, it's me again. I know. Look. Hear me out. All right, hear me out. I know that I have not really been here for y'all niggas, all right? Y'all were all like, oh my gosh, it's finally dropping weekly. And then I don't show up last week. But I have an excuse, but it's not an excuse, you feel me? So I was I feel like this has always been the excuse, bro. I set niggas to do it with me, so I have a topic for that week already, right? And then these niggas fake. All right, well not all of them. It was just one. But he ended up faking, right? So because of that, I was all like, oh, we gonna do that. We gonna do it that week. Okay. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. We did not do it next week. In fact, even this joint coming out later, man. Even this joint coming out later. I don't know if I said it. I mean, I definitely didn't say it because it just happened yesterday. The Your Colorado Avalanche. Wow, Colorado. I didn't even think y'all were like that. Your Colorado Avalanche has won the Stanley Cup Finals. I won't lie. I kind of wanted the Tampa Bay Lightnings to win. Didn't they win last year or the year before? I know they had Tampa Bay like won recently, right? Didn't I? Um, Stanley Cup wins. Let me see. They won. Yeah, they. Damn. 2020 and 2021. When the Las Vegas team Golden Knights? Yeah, dog. It was crazy. They got founded uh, when Stanley Cup. I think I already looked it up. 2018. Wait, no, they never won. But they made a hell of a run for a expansion team. A hell of a run for an expansion team. I thought they actually did win. But back to the Colorado Avalanche. I was waiting for the name to pop up, but I had to press back again. So I was like, "Fuck! It. I just gotta notice," and I was able to know it off the top of my head. All right, now I haven't started watching hockey. I always say I'm going to. I think what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna watch the what's the Boston hockey team name? Bruins. Yeah, I'm gonna start by watching Bruins highlights. And why not? Let's do it right now. I'm gonna mute it because I know y'all can hear the sound, and that's not a we. That's not a we. All right. All right. So this is the one against the Blue Jackets. Now this joint is not only gonna be about that. What I'm finna do is because I missed a. Am I talking fast? Should I slow it down? That one nigga conceded. Slow it down. I just dissed you. Now I won't lie, battle rap. I might have to go back to my those battle rap times because some of them niggas were cooking. Like, I'm not talking about wild and out. I'm talking about real live battle rap, my nigga, bro. Battle rap is low key like that, bro. They be having bars, bro. They be having bars. Now, since I'm not. I paused the thing. We're not gonna react to that now. We might do that on a YouTube stream. I don't know. Well, actually, if I delete the stream afterwards, that's fine. I'll be naming it. Nah, hockey begin. I don't fucking know, man. We'll see when it comes. All right, just keep an eye out for that. Follow me on Twitch and YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube, not follow. Yeah, but you can follow me on Twitter too if you want. All right, now let's talk about some real topics. I'm gonna talk about row. Fuck it. I already. I'm gonna have a half short, like how I used to do like 30-minute episodes every now and then. We won't have that later in the week. Probably let me see. Unfortunately, I have an exam tomorrow and the day after, and I should be back on third. So yeah, probably releasing on the 30th. It might be recorded earlier than then, but we'll see. We'll see. Details, details. Doo-doo-doo. I don't even know where that's from. I think it's from a cartoon. It'd be like details, details. I mean, it might not even be details. Details. It's something. It's something that starts with a D, and then he said doodaloo every time that nigga asks her a question. Doodaloo. I think it was a Disney Channel cartoon. Was it Star versus the Forces of Evil? Yeah, no, I can't find it. It was some Disney show, I'm pretty sure. And it was like details, details. I was like, damn, that nigga gonna be off it. Now, the things that I'm going to, since I'm gonna have not really opinions. Like, if you guys really want me, like, what I'm going to quote unquote say, there's no real opinion about the retraction of Roe v. Wade. I do. It was obviously ridiculous. I don't. It's funny. They had clips of every single one of them niggas saying, "Oh, we would never take away Roe v. Wade. It's already in law. Why would we do that?" And then they did that. Like, god damn. You know, it was crazy because Obama like did a tweet talking about it, right? And then some senator, it was a Texas senator, that nigga retweeted it and was all like, "Can't wait till we do this for Plessy v. Ferguson and Brown versus education." I was like, "Yo, do you even know what those are about? Like, you talking a lot." I was baffled because I was like, the boldness to tweet that publicly, bro, publicly. But let's not talk about that. That's not time for that. All right. All I want to say real quick is Texas senators be wilding. You know that them niggas are having a caucus about whether or not they want to secede from the Union, from the United States of America. It's crazy too, cause I stamped. It be. I thought it was the Texas niggas that were all like, "America, love it or leave it. America, love it or leave it." That nigga, like Dallas Cowboys, my team, but that owner Jerry Jones, niggas were fucking kneeling during the national anthem, and he was all like, "Nah, my players gonna do that." Mm-mm. But like, you got your niggas ready to leave, bro. So was it really that important to you? Well, y'all niggas just bugging for fake likes. But who knows, man? Who knows? Like niggas be wildin', man. Niggas be wildin'. What if that was a fucking shit for this? That might be the name. Instead of niggas, I might be people. People be wiling. Mhm. People be wiling, sir. They're wiling. Look, bro. Y'all niggas seen the freaking freezer joint? I'm gonna play the sound because I know y'all niggas not gonna be able to see it. It's not a visual podcast, all right? But it'd be like, the freezer meme where it's all like, look, Broly, niggas wiling. Uh, wait, I still got the joint on mute. Broly, look, niggas be wiling. Oh my gosh, bro. I won't lie. The I love the fan appeal of like redoing characters. The thing is like I don't fully get the Zoro one, bro. Zoro hate niggas too, man. It's so sad. It's so sad. But you can only do what you can do. But going back onto it, I don't I don't understand the precedent of it being retracted. Let's do a little bit of research. Why was Roe v. Wade retracted? Is retracted the wrong word or just canceled? Like, what makes it allowed to be reversed? I guess is the Where like, because I feel as though you have to have a actual quote unquote reason. I'm not saying the correct reason, but a reason. You feel me? So I want to know what we hold that Roe in the 1992 Planned Parenthood versus Cassie. Wait, was it Roe? Yeah, Roe v. Wade must be overruled. The Constitution makes no reference. What? The Constitution makes no reference to abortion, and no such right is implicitly protected by any constitutional provision, including the one of which the defenders of Roe and Cassie now chiefly rely, the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment. You know what? We got time. What is the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment? All right. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so Section 1 of the 14th Amendment, the highlighted part is no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges and immunities of the citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within this jurisdiction equal protection of the laws. Hmm. No state shall make or enforce any laws that shall abridge the privileges and immunities. So I guess they're quote unquote arguing the privileges and immunity. Like, what do they? Let me look up the definition. The ability. Well, that's a biological definition. Protection or exemption from something. I don't know the clause of the Roe v. Cassie stuff initially, so I can't fully say whether or not it wouldn't it technically be doing that? I don't know. Chief Justice John G. Roberts did not join any majority opinion overturning Roe, saying that he would have upheld only a Mississippi 15-week ban on abortion in the case that before the court. His vote made for 6-3 decision to uphold Mississippi law. Court decision to overrule is a serious jolt to the legal system. Roberts vote. The court's 3 liberal justices dissented. Today, the court says that from the very moment of fertilization has no rights to speak up. A state can force her to bring a pregnancy to term, even at the steepest and personal familial cost. I agree with that sentiment. It is kind of ridiculous to have that. Like, I don't. What are pro-life arguments? Like, what do they like? Pro-life arguments are just like okay, the best pro. I found an article that says the best pro-life arguments for secular audiences. Nigga, you gonna make me pay? I was about to fucking say that. I'm not going fucking. All right. We believe that God, the author of life, has created every person in His image. Okay, that's not. You said it's for secular arguments, so science has disproven many of the classic arguments from the other side. No one knows when life begins. The blob of tissue have both been debunked over the last several years. With the rise of relativism in the past 5 years, the pro-abortion movement has chosen to ignore the signs. So, alright, nigga, tell me the signs. What do you mean? The moment a human sperm penetrates a new entity. Okay, but that's not saying is it human, is it alive, is it just a cell, is it an actual organism, a being? These are logical questions. You should raise them in these niggas are retarded. These niggas are retarded. Oh my gosh, this nigga said you should raise them and provide the answers. Well, the point is that they're not trying to. Like let's just be honest, bro. Call a spade a spade. All right. The new human zygote has a genetic composition that is absolutely unique to itself, different from any other human that has ever existed, including that of its mother. that's disproving the claim that what is involved in abortion isn't. Oh my gosh, yo, nigga, nigga, you can have an entity within an entity. All right, that's the entity still belongs to the original one. I don't know what you mean. Oh my gosh. Now there was a wait. Let me find another art quote unquote argument because this is my thing, bro. I don't really give a fuck pro-choice responses. Some defenders of abortion will concede scientific proofs. I kind of accidentally scrolled down, but will argue that the entity in the womb is still not or not yet a person. Not a person is the suddenly unscientific argument. Has nothing to do with science, but everything to do with someone's moral. You see, and then this is that's my issue right here. It has nothing to do with science and everything to do with someone's moral and political philosophy. And by and you do realize that your quote unquote scientific proof that you put up there is not 100. It's literally semantics. Whether or not you think a zygote is quote unquote a person or not is is your moral slash religious philosophy, not 100% scientific. Because 100% I could go and see some scientists that would say that that they wouldn't call zygotes humans, and then you would have some scientists that would argue the other hand. The idea that it is just the other person having unfounded arguments is retarded for me, in my opinion, anyways. So I don't know, and that's my only issue. That's like my issue. There's like the pro life argument don't really it is nothing. Now, in relation to this, there was a YouTuber. I honestly don't be watching this stuff that much. When I was younger, I watched it. I know some of my cousins used to watch him. I don't know if they still do. Young Don, the Sauce God, and he's an obvious pro-lifer. I'm trying to see like highlights. I'm not trying to watch this entire like 1 hour stream. I just want to see the highlights. Cause like, if I can find Young Don, the Sauce God versus was it Dante? Did he have another one with Dante? Okay, well, fuck it. He timestamped this shit. So we
had to go through with the procedure and which a procedure you would do with an abortion.
Bro, I said during the stream, if you were listening, I sent my condolences to you
No.
and
I
your
heard
wife.
the condolences part, but then after that is what you said. That's what I'm checking.
What are you checking? Wait, what are you checking? Hold on. Nah, nigga.
Yo, this nigga, nigga, you stupid. Yo, I won't lie. If y'all niggas can see this shit, they all Don's ass in the Twitch stream. They said Wante because they're I don't know if y'all niggas know Twitch language. They just put a W in front of and replace the first letter of niggas' name. It's not just Twitch. Since YouTube, Twitter, it's internet talk. There's niggas saying, "Oh my god, ah shit, Don, you stupid as fuck." Oh my gosh, niggas are
not right.
now, I'm not gonna be clicking through this entire thing. Now he has a portion where Dante reacts to his stance. Don't let him get you out of character, my boy. Everyone got their opinions, but I know they be on dick. So that's Dante acknowledging that. Either way, that's his opinion. Then your rage ends up calling him with Dante, and then that's where all of it kind of stems from. Um, wait, what? This nigga endorses afterbirth abortion? I nigga, I don't think that's an abortion. I'll say this: afterbirth, that's a birth. if you can go to jail for that, then you could go to jail for it. That's crazy. Afterbirth is ridiculous, bruh. Afterbirth is ridiculous. I don't I don't know nothing about that one, bro. Roe v. Wade not talking about that one. That I can assure you that. That's crazy. Afterbirth is oof. Mm. But anyways, wait. Let me shake this protein shake. No, gotta get the gains. But yeah, no. So that shit happened. Now I will check some of my own some own people, man. I'm not calling out names. If they see this, they see it. They want to talk to me about it. They can talk to me about it. However, there was one person in particular who, and it was crazy because I didn't see any post like denoting, oh, what people can do now that this has happened. No post talking about, oh yeah, how like people feel, how wrong it is. Like a majority of other people who are on my social medias, I saw them post it on their story. I saw them make actual posts. I saw actual helpful things by other people. However, however, I'ma also say, but however, what that person posted, and this is all she posted, was I don't say it's a divisionist piece. It was a TikTok, and basically because around the same time of this notion, right? Around the same time as this, there was a what's it called? There was the NBA draft, right? And in the NBA, and there was people, you know, as normal, posting their team's draft picks. And this TikToker basically was all like, "Oh, what the girls are posting about versus what the boys are posting about." And I was all like, and essentially it was like a whole bunch of screenshots of girl stories talking about it. Then there was a whole bunch of screenshots of boy stories. Some of them talking about it. Some of them, I said majority of them about the NBA draft. Now, the two issues I have with that post. The first thing I already mentioned is divisionist. How how does that help anything? How does that help your case? Your case, your purpose. It is literally you just being upset and then trying to quoting like basically lash out on someone else. Because of that, they can't like and I'm not saying that like it's not something that people should be aware of. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that just because somebody posted on their story does not mean that they don't agree with or did not post it on their story does not mean they don't agree with you. It doesn't mean that they're not on your side. In fact, it doesn't even it literally has no meaning. You saying that like I guess it was a point to insinuate that guys don't care. And to my response to that comes my second point. And that second point is I thought we weren't allowed to have an opinion on it. All over social media, y'all niggas were always saying it is a woman's body, a woman's choice. You got men should not have an opinion on it. Period. Y'all niggas were on your period poo, yes sis waves, right? And because men, because mind you, they're not posting pro life stuff. They're literally just not they just weren't talking about it, and because of that, it was an issue. So then that comes into my next question. What do you want us to fucking say? Sure, we can repeat the rhetoric that you said and provide a further knowledge and representation about that. However, if you look at the statistics, it is not a man versus woman thing for pro-choice and everything. A majority of Americans actually believe in pro-choice. Period. I think it was over 60 or closer to 60% and above. And then even more, I think near 70%, if not in the 70s, were saying that they literally do not care. So it's like or they don't care whether or not a girl goes and gets an abortion. Let me fully say that. So, so it's like with statistics like that, the fact that like there would be someone who is literally purposely moving the focus of the argument. The focus of the argument should be nowhere on just, oh yeah, look at what the guys are doing. No, it should be looking at the political system and the government. And literally, that is what I've been saying for a while. Media serves to divide. Political parties serve to divide. If you look, there's a lot of issues, not even just this abortion issue. There's a lot of issues that most Americans actually tend to agree on both sides of the party lines, on both sides of the gender lines, on both sides, on everything. Both both sides of the gender lines and everything in between, I guess, and everything outside of those. I don't. If it's a spectrum, right? and and everybody's it's like would the two sides be women and men? I don't even know. Because if it's a spectrum, then everything else would lie between it. So there would be nothing outside of it. But then there can also be something outside of it. I don't know that side of the things, as y'all probably could tell from my last podcast, actually. But going past that is just like it was just such a ridiculous post to me, and depending on the person, I promise you I would have replied, and depending on my state of nature as well, because different states of nature cause me to definitely go in and reply a lot more. But depending on the state of nature I was in as well, it would have been a reply. And it's just so it was such like an ignorant type of argument to do. Like, and it's the same. Honestly, I would say it's the same type of rhetoric as, oh, if you didn't vote Democrat, you were voting Trump. If you literally just not voting Democrat, not voting third, it didn't. They said if you voted third party, you're voting Trump. If you're voting anything other than Democrat, you're voting Trump. And then you can literally see the Democratic Party not helping out niggas at all, right? And the reason is because while they might have difference of in opinion, these niggas are all bought out by the same niggas. These niggas are spending millions on campaigning. And y'all niggas are eating that shit up. Y'all niggas don't do any research. Y'all don't care about anything that happened in the past with these people. But y'all will pull up niggas on Twitter and cancel them for tweets, old tweets. Y'all niggas will do that. Never keep that same energy for most politicians though, which is ridiculous. Um, a majority of our politicians are literally older than the average age of the United States, which is ridiculous. Like a bit older. I think I saw a graph. A majority of the politicians literally fall between the 50 and up. That doesn't even make sense to me. If the around the age 50, 60 is when most people would be retiring, why are we letting these niggas hold office? You could literally see during like all those tech court stuff with Facebook, they had some I think with Twitter, some with dealing with monopoly that Apple and Amazon could have. These niggas literally did not even know what the internet was when you were watching it. Like, let's just see Mark Zuckerberg in court. Like it was literally ridiculous. Like Mark Zuckerberg in court, Senate. Like dog, let me see if I can find.
We face a number of important issues around privacy. Before I talk about the steps we're taking,
I don't care about this nigga talking. I want to hear questions for Mark Zuckerberg in court. These are the most
How
confusing
many
questions.
data categories do you store? Does Facebook store? on the categories that you collect.
Senator, can you clarify what you mean by data
Well,
categories?
there's some past reports that have been out there that indicate that Facebook collects about 96 data categories for those 2 billion active users. That's 192 billion data points that are being generated, I think, at any time from consumers globally. So how many does Facebook store out of that? Do you store any?
Senator, I'm not actually sure what that is referring to.
Could somebody call you
Literally, the fact that he could avoid that question. If it was me, I'd be like, how many? Literally, what that report was referring to was that Facebook, what they do is that since they're in the business of selling your information. So what they look at your account, they look at what you like, what you have, what you not like, things that you've ignored, things to that nature, even just your personal information that you've stored there. And then they cut it up, and then they sell you ads based on that. They sell all marketing information to other people based off that, and that's what that data categories is. What are the variation of categories that you guys are willing to store and then sell? Or even if you don't store, it doesn't matter about the storing of data. It's the fact that they send it out. Honestly, if you store data in a securely, it won't matter. It's the issue that they're willing to send out data. I would just like some of the questions they're asking. You can tell they're not 100% sure what they're talking about, so they're just reading straight from the paper. That's what that lady was doing. That girl's name was Senator Deb Fisher from Nebraska. I'm not going to say whether they Republican or Democrat. It don't matter. This one is Senator John Kennedy from.
Could somebody call you up and say, I want to see John Kennedy's file?
Absolutely not.
Could you, if not, could you not? Would you do it? Could you do it?
In theory.
Do you have the right to put my data, a name on my data, and share it with somebody?
I do not believe we have the right to do that.
Do you have the ability?
Well, actually, according to their terms and agreements, a lot of the data that you store on Facebook is theirs. And that's with a lot of sites with terms and agreements. For example, when you sign terms and agreements and make an account with a lot of gaming sites, for example, I think it was called Digital Extremes Warframe, what they did is that because someone was overly critical of their product, and they were saying that it was like also because of behavior, but it was very, very evident that it was more because they were overly critical of that team and everything. That what they did is that they took his account and banned it, because the moment you make an account on their stuff, for most places, when you sign their terms and agreements, that's not your account. That is their account that they're lending to you, that they let you put your information on. So yes, that's why he said, in theory, if somebody asks, yes, you can show them the file. But what they're doing is not showing these niggas' entire files. They're in the business of selling information. They're in the business of collecting your information. That's what's happening.
Senator, the data is in the system, so
Do you have the ability?
technically I think someone could do that, but that would be a massive breach. So we would never do that.
It would be a breach.
It would be a breach.
Why are you willing to change your?
Representative Anna Ishau. Ishau? I'm just thinking about to read what Ishau. It's not that. It's ESHOO. California representative.
Model in the interest of protecting individual privacy.
Congresswoman, we have made and are continuing to make changes to reduce the amount of
No,
data.
are you willing to change your business model in the interest of protecting individual privacy?
Congresswoman, I'm not sure what that means.
If I choose to.
The issue is with that statement is because it doesn't denote any it doesn't say anything specifically. Change it in what way? Quoting technically, since they would be going and do, and that's the issue. She didn't know how to explain it. She's saying, "Are you willing to change? In what way? How?
because that's the thing. You have to present. You can't just say, "Are you willing to change?" People are saying they're in the business of quote unquote protecting your data. So obviously they're not going to be like, our business model right now is allowing that. They wouldn't outwardly say it, at least. But that's basically what it is. Senator
Terminate
John Cornyn.
my
Cornyn?
Facebook account. Can I bar Facebook or any third parties from using the data that I had previously supplied for any purpose whatsoever?
Yes, Senator. If you delete your account, we should get rid of all of your information.
You should, or
We do.
you?
We do.
How about third parties that you have contracted with to use some of that underlying information, perhaps to target advertising for themselves?
This nigga's not dumb.
Do you claw back that information as well, or does that remain in their custody?
Well, Senator, this is actually a very important question. I'm glad you brought this up because there's a very common misperception about Facebook that we sell data to advertisers. And we do not sell data to advertisers.
Well,
we don't sell data
you clearly
to
rent it.
Quite a story, right? Dorm room.
That's not a bad question. But let's look it up. Does Facebook, because this is literally an easy Google search. So this nigga Mark Zuckerberg, he just lucky he's in a room full of dumbasses. Does Facebook sell data to advertisers? Now, Facebook will say no. Based on the information we have, advertisers and other partners pay us to show personal ads on Facebook. So, what do you mean? What does that mean? So, okay, they don't sell the quote-unquote data straight to the advertisers, I guess is what they're saying. However, they use the data to sell access. Literally what Vox.com says is no. Facebook doesn't sell data itself. It uses your data to sell access, quote unquote, to you. Gosh. For example, it will put an ad in your news feed, but it doesn't sell the data you provide to outside buyers, which makes sense when you stop and think about it. Facebook business is valuable because so much personal data about users. Selling that data to advertisers would significantly decrease Facebook's value. So what they're saying is that they keep the data because if they're able to hoard it and because the moment they sell it, they would know it would be a one sale thing, versus they can essentially make companies pay more of a subscription based thing, so they can continuously receive that payroll. Because the moment they give a company, oh, you like brown dogs, for example, right? I don't know dogs like that. You like Doberman, right? Let's just say Doberman. The moment if they just tell them that, it would be an issue. So they allow Doberman advertisers to they basically direct the Doberman advertisers to you. Keep in mind that they also bought that Facebook, Meta, whatever you want to call them. They own Instagram as well. So a lot of that content, data, metadata from there, even from the DMs and shit, getting stored. Mind you, keep that in mind.
To the global behemoth that you guys are, only in America.
Senator Dan Sullivan.
Senator, mostly in America.
You couldn't do this in China, right? Or what you did in 10 years.
Well, Senator, there are some very strong Chinese internet companies.
Right, but you're supposed to answer yes to this question.
What, nigga? Then what's the point of asking him a question if he doesn't? Oh my fucking gosh! Let me make sure I heard this question properly, because I was.
Story, right? Dorm room to the global behemoth that you guys are, only in America. Would you agree with that?
Senator, mostly in America.
You couldn't do this in China, right? Or what you did in 10 years.
Well, Senator, there are some very strong Chinese internet companies.
This nigga basically was saying, yes, this is the American dream. This nigga is obviously not is not asking a question. He is just fucking having fun there. That's ridiculous.
Even if Facebook doesn't earn
Doris Matsu.
money from selling data, doesn't Facebook? Even if Facebook doesn't earn money from selling data, doesn't Facebook earn money from advertising based on that data?
Yes, Congresswoman. We run ads. That's the business model is running ads.
How do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
That's fucking... I don't even know what else to say. These niggas just like... They didn't even know how he made money. Like, I don't even know what more to be said. And this is what I'm saying. These are the people that are in power. These are the people making decisions on our lives. And because, and you got to remember, the reason why I'm saying don't just be ignorant and be like, oh, you have to vote red or you have to vote blue, is because they know that that's what you're thinking. Bernie Sanders won 2 Democratic primaries in a row, and they still put somebody else in his place because they knew that this nigga not really for them like that. All right, he not taking that lobbyist bread like they are. Dog, I think the leader of the Senate is a Democrat. What is the leader of the Senate's name? Is it Senate? Might be the House. Senate leader. Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell for the Senate. Let me see. House. What is it? Is it Elizabeth Warren? Who's the leader? Nancy Pelosi, Speaker Nancy Pelosi. That's what it was. This chick, Nancy Pelosi. Now, this entire time, and it is little like this is not even just a pure smear campaign. But this entire time, we have to keep in mind that during the pandemic, multiple people were suffering. People were losing housing. People were losing jobs, and I keep seeing these arguments flourishing from maybe if we didn't give out stimulus checks, we wouldn't be having this mass inflation. Bitch, we're already having inflation. What the fuck are you talking about? If you want me to be completely honest, the reason why our inflation increased, especially during COVID, is because the economy took a very bad fall. People weren't having jobs, period. And the biggest issue was not that we kept on giving money out to people who quote unquote didn't deserve the money. It is because we were doing all these initiatives when we were having problems in our front yard. I think I talked about it in a podcast where it was like we were just sending aid to Egypt. We were directing funds into the military. Nigga, nobody's fighting. Niggas don't even want to get within 6 feet of each other. Why the fuck are we putting money in the military? Why are we not putting it into education? Because school systems are literally having trouble connecting with internet. Being able to connect with their staff, being able to connect with their students. But nah, we just pull more money from them. Like, it was just the pure ignorance. And like literally, bro, I was watching an anime. Oh, he watches anime. It devalues any point he's about to make. I was watching anime, right? And in the anime, it's like it's Kaguya Sama Love is War. But I was watching season 2, and one of the characters, their family's politicians, and they were literally they're having a school council vote, and they're literally putting up student council promises that they had. And I heard the evilest thing I've ever heard, bro. So because her parents are politicians, she was all like, man, everybody forgets about these promises after the votes are in anyways. So none of these matter. So all y'all niggas that were sucking Joe Biden off when he was saying, yeah, we're gonna take away student loans. That nigga not doing that. We out here saying, oh yeah, man, we had more Democratic people in the Supreme Court, this wouldn't have happened. I'm like, yeah, y'all niggas. Maybe if y'all niggas voted for Congress and for House Republicans, this wouldn't happen then, because that's the reason why the Supreme Court niggas got appointed so easily. Reason Obama's wasn't allowed to, they're making the bullshit excuse, oh yeah, your term's about to run out, and then they quickly put in the Trump's person, is because y'all niggas weren't really voting and Republicans got control. But even outside of that, when we had Democratic controlled legislation, it is very obvious that these could have been pushed. However, it never is. Now let's see. Pelosi signals voters to codify key SCOTUS rulings. I don't even know what this means. Monday, she said preparing votes on number of bills protecting abortion as well as codifying landmark Supreme Court decisions as a response to court overturning Roe v. Wade. Dog, and that's what I'm saying. These niggas are just like, these niggas are all talk. I don't give a fuck. All these niggas, the same niggas that are blaming the retail investors for the stock market, the same niggas that are blaming fucking just regular people and the fact that they got stimulus checks during a literal national crisis. Like, not even national, it was worldwide. It was literally worldwide. Ask Italy how them niggas feel. Literally, them niggas were running through their population. They not gonna find a good spaghetti no more. No more good spaghetti, no more good pasta. Well, alright. The older generations, they left. A large amount of them, at least. So that's what I'm saying, bruh. Like, these are the same niggas, bruh. I don't know if you understand, if you're getting it. And I think it was Malcolm X. And it literally encapsulates the Democratic Party. Malcolm X, quote, on white people giving our honorary wins. What is it called? Honorary wins? Alright, that's what it is. The white man will try to satisfy us with symbolic victories rather than economic equity and real justice. And I'll say this. I won't say white. It's honestly it's easily the upper class. For us to say that inflation is due to the lower class is retarded when the gap between the upper and lower classes got higher, and it was not just from the fact that the middle and lower class lost money. It was the very fact that the upper class gained a ridiculous amount of money. In fact, when you actually go and look, this nigga Nancy Pelosi, for example, I remember with Nvidia, there was something that happened with Nvidia. She immediately in May put in a whole bunch of options for Nvidia before anybody even knew, because the announcement was in June. A majority of the stock trading is within the Democratic Party, if you didn't know. It's crazy that they're even allowed to freaking. Oh my gosh, my fault. I was on Twitter and then I saw a article that said Kyrie has been a disaster without LeBron James, but they could still make magic if he gets to the Lakers. That's so disgusting. Disaster is a. Whoa, Afro Senju is getting hacked, is getting targeted for hack. But yeah, nah, it's a lot of ridiculousness that's going around. All in all, it makes no sense to be against pro-choice. In my opinion, if you care about babies dying, bro, then I like a lot of religious people, bro, don't really The Gante Murray, jeez, these trade rumors are getting ridiculous, are getting crazy. But a lot of the trade, not my fault. I said I was about to say trade. Like pro life doesn't never. It just never. The argument never made 100% sense to me. I guess going back to the original topic that brought us all here, and obviously most of these lawmakers do not care. They care about getting reelected. They will say things that will get them reelected. That doesn't mean that they will actually perform to get reelected. People that do not 100% agree with their sentiments, they will chastise them, kick them, even go as far as to aggressively make moves against them within their own parties, such as Bernie Sanders winning 2 fucking primaries and still not being the presidential elect for the Democratic Party. I don't know how much some of these parties need to show people for them to fucking get it. If I'm be completely honest with that. That's it. That's my last thing on that, on the party shit. All right. That's the last thing I'm about to say on that party shit. And that's why I'm saying, and I'm fucking clearly stating that this issue is not just because of Republicans. All right. I wanted to be fucking clear. I literally even saw this one fucking thing. It's on my Snap story. Or not my Snap story, but it was on somebody's Snap story. But like literally, there's Americans taking to the streets in protest. So there's an MSNBC report, and it's basically 2 girls, and they're talking to a reporter, and they literally said that within like 30 minutes, like within the same day as the overturning, the Democrats literally asked, like, because I guess she was following the party, so she got text alerts within the same day. They sent a text message asking for their supporters to donate money to them because of let me. Oh, I don't even. There was no real reason, no rhyme or reason.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Appreciate it. When you were speaking earlier, and you mentioned your anger because you had received a text message from the Biden campaign. Why is that?
So I received a text message from Joe Biden's campaign yesterday saying that the Supreme Court had overturned Roe versus Wade, and that it was my responsibility to then rush $15 to the Democratic National Party. And I thought that was absolutely outrageous because my rights should not be a fundraising point for them or a campaigning point. They have had multiple opportunities to codify Roe into law over the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and they haven't done it. And if they're going to keep campaigning on this point, they should actually do something about it.
Indeed. Well, it was multiple people. Other people were saying that they received emails too, talking about merch for the Democratic Party. It's fucking ridiculous. I need the lack of understanding for people, bro. Where it's like they don't understand where the division is truly coming from. They don't understand how like their lives are literally being profited off of. Like as you fucking heard, they were literally selling the American dream, the idea of the American dream during the Facebook prosecution or court thing, whatever, the Senate hearing, whatever the fuck that shit was. They were literally selling the American dream, saying, "Oh yeah, you couldn't have started Facebook anywhere else, or you couldn't have started it in China." What the fuck does that have to do with them niggas having multiple privacy breaches, multiple accounts of using user data in ways that they should not? Like, let's not be fucking ridiculous. All right. this country is not for the niggas that are below the 10%. I'm telling you guys that right now. 10% is like around, I want to say, the 100K range. I'm pretty sure, and that's combined household. A majority of Americans are living within the 50 to 60K as a household. So just know that. I will try and watch this Young Dawn, the Sauce God thing. Wish they had highlights by now. I thought they would have highlights by now. I can say some of the tweets that were had. There was a tweet, and I'm not going to say that like it's wrong. I love people, to be honest. Without y'all, even you crazies. True, LOL. I love. I'm trying to, because it was a few days ago at this point. Someone was like texting me when I could come back to the timeline. Hey, what? Oh my gosh. Let me see. Yeah, nah, it is ridiculous, I won't lie. So, she he he's like freaking let me see. Let me see, for real though, who trying to play Minecraft tonight? Like, how niggas mad? Like, how y'all mad niggas don't want babies to die? That was Long Beach Griffey. And like I said, the idea of pro-choice, that's why pro-life doesn't really make that much sense, because I don't understand why niggas care about what other people do with their lives so badly. In the sense that, okay, let's say let's quote go with their argument from the godly perspective, like, or the religious perspective, I guess, which is like it's killing God's creation, or God's the reason you're having it is because of God wanted you to have the baby. Okay. But the fact that Roe v. Wade was a thing, couldn't you argue that that was God's will as well? The fact that there are states that allow abortion, can you argue that's God's will as well? It's always interesting how we all try to interpret God's will. We can continue though. Tell me how this is Young Don. Tell me how only niggas bitching about the fact I'm pro-life. Y'all niggas are lame. Y'all don't need abortion because ain't a bitch alive that will let you nuts. Jeez, dog, you can't preach all this about people being sensitive. This is a reply sensitive to different opinions and spawn on so when people don't agree with you. Look, you talking about, I don't claim to care about your opinion. This was a bad tweet. This is Young Don retweeting it. It's a bad, like, L tweet, I'm gonna be honest. Look, you talking about, I don't claim to care about your opinion. If you're pro-abortion, you're just wrong in my eyes. Pro point blank period. When have I ever pretended to care what you think? Literally, the fact that you quote tweeted it is essentially you caring enough. If you're indifferent about something, most often not, you won't reply unless they are constantly harassing. And honestly, that's it. Smoking that rope. See, this nigga's that nigga said smoking that rope pack is crazy. Great shoulda go. I think he. Oh, okay. So I guess on this, people were saying, and I've always never understood the jump that people be making. I think I'll have something, maybe not in the next one, but within like not the 30-minute, probably not the next episode, but maybe the following episode, about the massive leaps people have where they're like, they literally say shit like, oh, I hope your daughter gets raped and then is forced to have a baby. I don't understand how that helps your point. It literally just makes you 100% bitter. Like, that's so crazy to me for you to wish that on someone in general. Because that's literally what the people who overturn the policy is, I guess you're assuming they're wishing upon you. So for you to wish something upon someone else that you would not want for yourself is crazy. I don't think that, especially if you're trying to quote unquote turn somebody's opinion, that is literally the worst way. But so he says it's impossible for my daughter to get raped. As a man of statistics, it's not impossible. Let me stop. The next thing he says after that is, they say you can speak shit into existence. Well, I chose to speak that. Well, that's what I chose to. He's saying it's impossible for my daughter to get raped. Tweet. That's what I chose to speak into existence. That's the energy I put into the universe. I hope y'all don't ever have one though. You clearly couldn't keep them safe, or keep her safe. The woman in your care must be easy pickings. My women are protected. Jeez. Now, mind you, that nigga has the money to reduce his the chances of that happening by a multitude of things. You gotta keep in mind, these niggas, like the niggas that are deciding y'all niggas' fate, are not the niggas that are living at all similar lives. So when they make their shit, they don't have to care. We have a whole bunch of infrastructure problems in the United States, but they don't have to care because most of them can fly private. Off rip, the president makes 10% of type money, like around 100K. 100K is not enough for them not to be swayed by lobbyists, especially millionaires. Okay? So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah. I did not think I was gonna be able to cover this entire time with just this, but I guess I had more to get off my chest than I thought. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Yeah.
That was the Just Talking Podcast.